Why do self-employed people have to pay so much in taxes? It's not fair. Let's talk about it next. Hi, I am Alison Eddings. I am a CPA in private tax practice with over 20 years of experience. Welcome to my channel. I work primarily with small business owners, so this is a question I get a lot from new business owners who come in and see me January, February, and I haven't heard from them ever before, and we do their tax. They're like, why is this bill so big? Let me demystify some of it. Because it's really not that self-employed people are paying that much more. They do, and I have lots of approaches and techniques for minimizing that tax liability, which we have to do proactively before the end of the year. You can't come see me in January and February and have the same kind of magic. We do much more magic proactively. Is that called offensively in football or sports? I'm not a sports person, but you know, it's better to do it before the game is over than come in Monday morning quarterbacking in January and February. I know that term. So not considering advanced child tax credit, stimulus, earned income tax credit, let's just talk some real basics, apples to apples. A taxpayer who is self-employed making the same amount as a taxpayer who's a W-2. Let's use the number 53,000. Let's say self-employed taxpayer, we'll just start with W-2 employee, makes $53,000 a year. He's single and he claims 0. So he would pay roughly $4,700 in federal withholding during the year, assuming that his paycheck is equitable and ratable. Not equitable, but ratable, the same number. That he's not like low, and then gets a big bonus, because that will throw things off with payroll withholding, but just on the federal withholding. But assuming he makes the same amount consistently through the year, his federal withholding is going to be $4,739. His FICA, which is Medicare and Social Security, is going to be $4,062. And in the great state of North Carolina, where I live, his North Carolina withholding would be $2,223. North Carolina, because it's a flat tax state, it's a really easy one to look at because it's rarely off. It's just 5 1/4. Your first dollar, your last dollar. So they're going to pay $11,024 in tax evenly throughout the year as this W-2 employee making $53,000. They just don't realize it because they get the net check. But if you're self-employed and you come in and you see me in January and you made $53,000, let's say after expenses, say you made $60,000 and then you had $7,000 expenses, so you made $53,000, right? So that's the same apples to apples comparison. You made $53,000 just like that W-2 guy did. You still got to pay that $11,024 in FICA and state and federal. You just got to pay it all now, instead of a little bit in January, a little bit in February, a little bit in March. And that's what shocks the pants off of people, because they don't realize that they haven't been paying it ratably through the year. But the self-employed person is both employee and employer. So the point, what he does end up having to pay more of is he has to also match that additional $4,062 in FICA, because he pays the employer portion and the employee portion. So that puts that number up to what, 15,000 something. And now you're at the end of the year and you're like, I only made 50 something thousand. Why am I paying 15 in tax? Seriously, call me before the end of the year. Good books and records. We can do some serious tax planning, do some proactive strategizing. One of the things I like to do is an S-Corp election. If you call the office, you'll get Chris. He really loves it because we get to pay out in dividends as well as payroll. We have to pay you a reasonable salary, but in addition to that, you can pay yourself a dividend, which is not subject to FICA. But many other tax methods for tax minimization. I won't go into the super secret sauce because you got to pay for that. But the obvious ones: retirement, Your business can pay for your retirement, and that's not subject to FICA if the business pays for it. So hopefully that explains why your tax bill is so huge, why you're freaking out because you're self-employed and you have this huge tax bill. You just weren't paying it through the year. But let's get together and do some planning next year, right? If this content was useful, helpful, encouraging, whatever, I would really love it if you would subscribe to the channel, like the video, share it with others, because it pushes it out to more people so more people get the benefit of this amazing free tax advice. So have a great day. Thanks for watching.